Yeah, baby, this is where it all starts. Let's get out there and ball.
And boy, you can just hear. And tipping off the NBA season, State Farm presents our starting lineups. First for the Kings, Brooks out there with Salmons. And the big Phil Ryan comes in off the bench for his first playing time in an official NBA game.
Well, I think he's going to be around for a long time in the NBA, even though he's not the flashiest player in the world. But, he's got his role, and he knows it, and he plays hard, and that's important.
No, not at all. I mean, every team needs those role players, Steve. We know that, and I agree with you. In that capacity as a role player, I think he can excel.
Shot clock at 6. Robinson passes to Bellinelli. Goes up at the stripe. The shot will not go. So the Kings will take it the other way. And going against Chicago, their first game of the NBA's regular season.
And one of the intriguing things about the game tonight is that it's the only meeting between these two teams in this.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Hamilton. 6 points for him. Outside Rose. Left side Rose. Makes the lead pass. Boozer. And again, Chicago. No good. And that adds to the atmosphere, guys, with the fans knowing this is the one time they'll see this team.
That's exactly right, Kevin. We can say that no matter what happens here tonight, it's guaranteed to be the only time it does happen.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, over the last few seasons, the Chicago Bulls have become a much more coachable collection of talent. Coach Thibodeau said it's rare to see so much talent with so few egos. That's a big reason why Thibodeau has been able to get so much from this roster. Back to you, Kevin.
Great leadership from the top on down. And Doris, credit the players for really buying in.
The Bulls have been a regular fixture in the playoffs since joining the league, literally. I mean, with the help of Michael Jordan, they have become, along with the Celtics and Knicks, one of the most storied franchises in the Eastern Conference.
4 on the clock. Here's Dang. They get the rebound. And finished off by Noah.
I think the best quality for Noah is the energy that he brings to the game, Kevin. He's got long arms. He can rebound. He can handle the ball. He can make plays. But really, it's just the impact he has with his effort and his energy that's most impressive.
But he's so unselfish. I love that about him, and he's a real demon on the backboards. An outstanding offensive rebounder. He's a good passer, too. If he sees an open teammate, he won't hesitate to move the rock. And he's accurate with his passes, too.
And with 6 banners hanging up in Chicago, the city has really cultivated a lot of pride and a winning tradition here with the Bulls. And, Steve, that goes a long way. You were a Bull player at one time. You know all about that pride.
Yeah, no better place to play in the NBA than Chicago. When you're winning, the whole city loves it. Obviously, Michael Jordan was the main reason for that era. But so much history now before the Bulls, and they sell out game after game. Unbelievable fan support.
Fades back. The shot is off, and Sacramento will go the other way with it. Brooks dishes to Cousins. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Now it's just a 3-point Bulls lead.
They'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
Well, the question for DeMarcus Cousins has never been talent. It's just about maturity and consistency. Early last season with Sacramento, there were reports that he had asked the Kings organization for a trade.
Here's Rain Man. He's covered by Rose. And they take the lead. Rain Man's got 9 points. And you go back to Cousins last season, he improved his scoring and Clark his rebound.
And I think he started to really take better advantage of his strength inside, Kevin. He has a lot of skill to do a lot of different things as an inside player. But his size, strength, and good hands make him special.
How about the irony for the Kings last year? They draft Jimmer Fredette high in the first round, and then they get Isaiah Thomas with the last pick in the draft, and it turns out that Thomas is the one who ends up taking over the starting point guard role.
Rain Man sprays that J.
Now here's Rose. Defense is right there. Hamilton outside. Over Thornton. No good from Hamilton. And for the Kings, a team just doing everything they can do to try to find a difference maker on the floor, and they could care less that they found their point guard late in the draft, early in the draft. They just wanted to find a point guard, Clark.
Well, if you have game, it will travel and will show through. And with Jimmer and Thomas manning the backcourt, the Kings have some pretty good talent in those two players that can give them different looks at the point guard spot.
5 to shoot. There's Rose with the 3. Robinson pulls it in.
Shooting-wise, he's having a tough quarter. I mean, he just seems to have gone cold. Can't find the basket.
Marcus Thornton on the wing. Over Hamilton. Thornton no good. Clock management. This is where, Steve, they can get a 2-for-1.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. As long as the first one's a good one, and now you play D, you get the ball back, one more shot.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
Here's Ryan. Bangs home the trifecta. Rain Man's got 15 points.
That's 9 straight points coming off 3 3-pointers. The defense just getting shelled.
Steve, the threes are killing him. I think they've got to find a way to chase him off the three-point line.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Rose goes in. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Here's Ryan, and that's not going to go. And we're through 2 here and a good one.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
The spookiest day of the year.
And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. A fantastic game. Here's Rain Man. He's got 15. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Bulls leading by 8.
Well, what I love about Tom Thibodeau, guys, is just how hard his teams play. And you know they're prepared because Thibodeau is so meticulous in his preparation. But the guys play hard for him, and you can tell they really enjoy him and they really like him because they really get after it for him.
Here's Rain Man. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Rain Man's got 17 now.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
And that one's good by Butler. And the Bulls lead by 11. And for Coach Tom Thibodeau, you know, Steve, it took a long time to land a head coaching position. Some say his intense style scared off some teams. They worried about his gruff demeanor. I think just the opposite. I think that, you know, a lot of teams were welcoming that. He was going to bring some order, some discipline, some structure.
Well, he just didn't have the personality that some teams are looking for in terms of, you know, media relationships or, you know, sound bites, that kind of stuff. And he didn't play. So he was really a guy who had to work his way up the ladder. Obviously has turned into one of the best coaches in the league, but you know, it's tougher for guys who didn't come from an NBA background.
Gets it to go. Rain Man's got 7 points for the quarter.
Fellas, they are heating up from outside now.
Yep, of their last 5 hoops, 3 of them have come from long range.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's foul number 2 for him. The Bulls making a switch here. Boozer's checked in. Francisco Garcia, he's checked in for Sacramento. Isaiah Thomas comes in for Marcus Thornton. Rose, he's guarded by Thomas. Tries from the block, and the shot is good. That's 28 points for Rose.
Nice job there. He knows how to get that ball in the bucket, doesn't he, guys?
Here's Ryan, and there are the Kings with another bucket. The Bulls leading by 8. Rose with the ball. 28 points for him. Kicks to Gibson. Back to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Deep 2 from Robinson. They get it again. Boozer. And the rejection by Cousins.
So far, he hasn't made much of a contribution at the offensive end.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Rain Man's got 12 points in just the second half.
Another 3 goes down, guys.
Yeah, you got to get up into him defensively. I mean, you got to put pressure on guys and make them put the ball on the floor.
And it's Rose missing. The Kings trail by 5. 1:30 left in the third. They get it back, and then Cousins with the dunk.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down hard.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
And it's Rose penetrating. Knocks down the 10-footer. Rose has got 30 points.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. And Gibson kicks to Boozer. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Up over 50% now from the floor with the way they've shot this half.
Yeah, that's a nice improvement. It's not a surprise to see them out in front with the way they have shot throughout the entire game, as a matter of fact. They've been very efficient offensively.
Robinson down low. Thomas is on him. Robinson, that's good.
This is not what they wanted to let happen. They're just getting pounded inside.
Yeah, they are, Steven. I mean, they're just not making life difficult at all for scorers in the paint. I mean, that's an area that you've got to protect with force and aggressiveness, and we haven't seen it.
You got to love what he's doing out there, guys. With his team down, he's personally trying to bring them back.
And the Kings pushing it up now. Here's Ryan. That one goes. Count it. And now it's just a 4-point Bulls lead. And here we go with Derrick Rose. 30 points in the game. With the fadeaway. No good on the buzzer beater. The third quarter comes to a close.
Nothing like NBA action. So come out to a Kings.
While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Uncontainable Game Report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, well, it's the Bulls who've had the uncontainable game. Everything seems to be going...
We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Scooped up. And the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That will be foul number 5 on him. Derrick Rose is checked in for the Bulls. Hamilton feeds it to Boozer. Robinson on him. Boozer passes to Noah. Outside Rose. Passes to Hamilton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's his third foul of the game. Rose off the pick from Dang. He dishes it to Boozer. Robinson on him. Here's Hamilton. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Rip Hamilton was a free agent signee by the Bulls last season. Dealt with a lot of injuries. But the idea was right for Chicago, trying to bring some scoring at that 2-guard spot to take some of the pressure off of Derrick Rose.
And Hamilton, when he's healthy, can still provide offense, Clark.
Yeah, without question. He moves so well without the ball. His game has never been a high-flying game. It's all about movement and conditioning and shot making, and that can serve you for a long time.
Rose kicks to Hamilton. Stolen. The feed to Robinson. Finishes the break with a slam.
This is Kevin Harlan. Reached up high and brought it down hard.
Well, that's how you do the dunk. That's for darn sure.
And that's how you commentate it.
You guys are crazy.
Dang goes in. Noah gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 13.
been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
From deep. Good on the shot. Rain Man's got 35.
Well, he did a nice job of getting himself into just enough of an open area to find that spot for his shot.
Pass to Hamilton. Hamilton right side. Tries from 10. Boozer dishes to Dang. Into Noah. Kick out to Hamilton. He passes to Boozer. Back to Hamilton. Boozer passes to Hamilton. The dish to Rose. Back to Hamilton. And so Chicago takes this one. And by a big...